What's going on, guys? This is Damien from the Lookout, and I am here with top 10 broken cards. Yes, we're gonna be going over the most broken cards on the ban list. And then probably tomorrow we will talk about what can be removed from the ban list and so on. Speaking of tomorrow, we are hosting free proxy legal webcam locals open to everyone tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central European Time. If you wish to play Masters, that's the best place to play Masters. We have like 30 players at locals. It's a great place to go and to test your decks for the upcoming events, or to just play for fun. And of course, huge shout out to the Coffee Club, our lovely patrons. These are our $2 and up patrons. They buy us coffee, they keep this crazy content machine going. And guys, thanks out for your support. If you wish to join the Coffee Club, link to a patron is in the description below. And I think that's about everything. Roll the video! As with all of our videos, let's start with the breakdown. So it's time to explore the ban list. We'll be going over top 10 most broken Masters cards. Like, in my opinion, the most broken ones. On the scale from 10 to 1, so from the lowest to highest. Though the lowest is still like absurdly broken. So strap in, things are about to get crazy. Let's go! Let's start with number 10, Tianqin Han Returning Fire. Okay, so coming up with top 10 was pretty difficult, but I think that Tianqin Han is somewhere high enough to be, at least in my opinion, among the top 10. So what does this thing do? Basically, it's a one cost if your opponent is red or blue, and auto when you play it, your opponent can switch energy to active mode using non-awakened skills until the end of their next turn. Yeah, there is no Dimension Magic, there is no Senzu Bean, there's even no restanding from leader abilities. Let's say Soul Striker attacks, he can't restand energy. He just flat out can't. Like, this one card shuts down an entire strategy like this. It's more powerful than Cunning cards, because with Cunning cards you can still play around them, you still have conditions under which you can restand energy. Tianqin Han just says no. No more energy restand. Just flat out gone. It's absurdly powerful. It's absurdly powerful, especially because it can shut down leaders who restand energy. Again, like Soul Striker, who restands 2 when he attacks. Can't do that anymore. So yeah, your entire strategy is gone. So there we go. That was number 10. Number 9 goes to Unyielding Spirit Trunks. Yes, Trunks is 9. So yeah, just try to imagine what the rest are. Anyway, Trunks is one of the best energy restand cards in the game. Speaking of energy restand, of course. So it's just natural to follow Tianqin Han with Trunks. So what does Trunks do? Well, basically, it's a free combo, and it says auto during your turn when you combo with him, if your leader is blue, switch one of your energy to active mode. Doesn't need to be blue energy. Just the leader needs to be blue. Also, another thing, doesn't say mono blue or doesn't say monocolored energy at all. Doesn't even say a mono blue leader. So there are, of course, there are just a couple of multicolored leaders, but it is an option. In modern Dragon Ball, you heavily profit from comboing cards because that's how you get Z energy. And now you also get to restand something. So it allows you to play big cards, it allows you to follow up your plays, or to just step out completely and then just attack, untap an energy, leave it for defense. Like, that's the absolute worst thing to do, but it is an option. It also makes Free Han, the blue Gohan superhero, completely broken. Like, completely broken. If you have ever seen a blue Gohan superhero in action, which is a deck that just combos and restands energy, imagine it with this, where you just dump your entire hand, activate main, draw free, combo Trunks, restand all energy, dump your entire hand again. Insane card. How about some more energy restand? Number 8, Zeno Button. Yes, so what's better than restanding and energy? Restanding all of them, of course. So for literally for free, for zero energy, counterattack, switch all of your blue energy to active mode. Completely for free, switch everything to active mode. And the craziest thing is, it doesn't need to be mono blue. It just says blue. So if you're running any multicolored combination with blue, let's say you're playing the new Gogeta, for example, which just charges blue-yellow energies. Zero energy, untap everything. Just untap all of your things. You can use yellow now as well because you're multicolored. It's insane. It's insane. The only downside is that you don't actually get to negate the attack, but it doesn't matter because you can defend in other ways. You can just say like, okay, counter untap everything, pay 1 UI Kamehameha. Something like that. So yeah, this thing was definitely a mistake. Number 7 goes to Gohan Reboot. Now some of you might think like, Damien, are you insane? Gohan Reboot is the best green leader ever made, arguably one of the best leaders ever made. No way that this is number 7. Well, actually, he just kinda got ran over by time. That's the bigger issue. So this thing, when it was legal, was so broken, so stupid powerful, that it had its own ban list made just to accommodate it. Yeah, we used to have a best of 1 ban list. This was the only card on it, I believe. I'm not sure was there one more, but this one was definitely on it. What does it do? Well, basically it allows you to activate battle during your turn. You crit a life, and he gains plus 10k in triple strike. And then activate main, you switch him to active mode, and at the end of the turn you lose. So if you don't win, you lose. What do you do with it? You attack with it and you give it Feed Kamehameha, which gives it critical. So that's 6 crit damage. Yeah, usually this thing will swing for like 6 crit damage. Or at least 3 crit damage, and then just beat you once more. So it's probably not as strong as it used to be, because now we have 3 negates, which can just flat out stop him. Like, token negates shuts this thing down completely. So it's not as strong as it used to be, especially without the backbone of other banned cards, but it's still one of the strongest leaders ever made. For number 6, I'm gonna be cheating a bit, like the lookout whoopsie, and I'm going to put an entire engine here, and that is the Black Universe free engine. So all of these guys have the following: activate main / battle. Choose one of your black battle cards with an energy cost 4 and send it to its owner's warp. Play this card from your drop. So while not ban worthy, I still believe that they're not completely ban worthy. Some of them are stronger, like Viara's 20k crit. While not ban worthy on their own, they did create a tier 0 Regex deck, which is still one of the best decks ever made, where you would just burst once with Regex and you will just keep swarming these guys, because your drop is big enough for you to just continually free play them, and then you kill your opponent on what's essentially turn 1. So yeah, just because of that, these guys alone are not supposed to be number 6, but these guys plus Regex, the deck itself, is definitely number 6. Now we're cracking the top 5. Number 5, Android 21 Violent Predator. Yeah, the card that was really a mistake. So what does he do? If you're fortunate enough to never have seen this thing in action, auto, it's an 8 cost, but doesn't matter, you'll find a way to cheat it out. When you play this card from your hand, choose all of your opponent's non-multicolored energy and battle cards, ignoring barrier, negate their skills, and return them to their owner's decks. All players who had cards returned to their decks this way shuffle their decks. Yeah, it's 8 energy, it's pay 8, blow up your opponent's entire field and energy. That's it, everything is gone. Unless your opponent happens to playing like 1 out of 3, 4 multicolored decks in the game, you just devour all of their energy. Everything is just gone. It's insane. Like, it's insane how strong this thing is. And it was so game warping when it came out that it just made monocolor decks unplayable. Ultimately, it was banned to free up design space, as it locked the game into being multicolored. Like, this is an old card. This is from set 8. I believe that it was set 8, and it was supposed to be like, okay, if we want to continue this way, everything needs to be multicolored now. And multicolored is a mistake in this game, because multicolored is insanely powerful. So Bandai just banned it for the sake of freeing up design space, which I completely agree with. Would you believe me if I told you that there actually is a battle card that's better than Violent Predator? Number 4, Gogeta Hero Revived. Without a doubt, without any doubt in my mind, the most broken battle card ever made. And I'm heavily biased because I used to play this one back in the day. I actually have one signed by the head producer of the game. Like, I love this card so much. What does it do? Well, first off, it has all protection in the world. Like, Deflect Barrier. Literally untouchable. Triple Strike. 30k. Union Fusion for 5 energy, so you play him for 5. Auto Sparking 10 if you have 10 cards in your drop area. When you play this card, if you have 5 or more energy, you crit one of your lives, and then your opponent shuffles all cards in their hand into their deck and draws 3 cards. It makes Turning the Tide look like a bad card. In comparison, Turning the Tide is bulk common when you compare it to Gogeta Hero Revived. It's basically pay 5, ruin your opponent's entire game plan, and then if they don't draw a negate, swing for 3 damage and win the game. Like, that was Gogeta Hero Revived back in the day. I still think like this, as much as I hate saying this is the one card that should never, ever, ever, ever go off the ban list. Number 3 goes to Objection. So now we're cracking top 3. Objection is generic ramp in blue. Actually, I'm lying. It's generic ramp in something mixed with blue. For 2 energy, activate main, choose 1 card from your hand and add it to your energy. Just ramp for 2 energy. It's not mono blue, by the way, it's just blue. So it ramps an energy in active mode, and you can play it in any deck splashing blue, which is what you have seen back in the day. Decks could just splash a piece of blue just to get Objection going, and then you can start ramping. Any color could ramp with Objection. And ramp in this game has been limited for a very, very good reason, because in Dragon Ball we cheat out everything for little to no energy, usually when we hit certain energy thresholds, and this just speeds up the game process. This just helps you get there even faster. Like, there can be an argument that, hey, Blue Beerus has Objection, so Blue Beerus has Objection, and Blue Beerus is not as oppressive as some would believe. It's still a very, very, very strong deck, but it's not oppressive. So, like, maybe we could unban Objection because Blue Beerus has it. No. No. In all reality, because any other color could just splash in blue and run Objection. That's the problem with the card. Anyway, yeah, number 3 goes to Objection. If you know anything about the ban list, you probably saw this coming. Just maybe not on number 2. Bad Ring Laser. Like, Bad Ring Laser is an absurd card. For 1 energy, counter, place 1 yellow card from your hand into the drop, so just discard 1 yellow card, negated the counter. For 1 energy, 1 specified yellow. Also, it's not leader locked. It's not leader color locked at all. You can run this in any deck, splashed with yellow, and now you have a counter for 1 energy. And you could run 4 of them back in the day. Like, this card makes counter cooler, which got recently banned, look like a wet fart in comparison. Like, this card makes cooler look like a joke. Like, this is out of all the mistakes, out of all the cards that never should have been, this is by far the biggest one. Like, this is Bandai's biggest blunder. Bad ring laser. Like, this thing, this is an abomination. It should never ever be released back into the world. So what is number one? What is more powerful than objection, than bad ring, than anything else? It's minus skill zone. Like, without any doubt, this is the most broken card ever made. For 0 energy, literally for free, send 3 cards from your drop to your warp. Draw a card, so for free you draw one, and your opponent can't activate counterplay for the duration of the turn. Counterplay skills stop working. So for free, draw one, and your opponent can play counterplays. Yeah, minus skill zone basically assures that all of your big plays and or combo plays, combo lines, just go through. Everything that you want to do now goes through, because your opponent literally can't respond. And how much did you pay for it? You paid 0 and you draw a card. Yeah, there we go. This is why minus skill zone gains the title of the most broken card ever made. That's it for the video. Let me know in the comments below, what are your top 10 broken cards? What's, in your opinion, the most broken card in the game? Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Let me know in the comments below. And while you're here, hit those like and subscribe buttons. Help us get to 6k subs when I'm gonna give away a booster box. This has been Damien from The Lookout, and I'll see all of you in the next video.